So I'm trying to do this last one. Let's see if we can get this in. We're looking for a 10 note away minor 7. So 10 note away minor 7 is what we would expect from a minor scale, which is the Locrian basically is, minor scale plus a flat 5. So let's go, we're going for a 10 note away. If I went this way, it would be 10 notes up. That's too far. So that's far-fetched even for a Labrador Retriever in its prime. So we're gonna go behind it. So we're gonna say 12 minus 10 is 2. So 2 back gives me the A. That's totally doable. So we're gonna go from this B back to the A. If I went from the A to the B, that would be a 2 note away from, which would be a major second from the perspective of the Locrian. That would be going from relative position 7 around the horn, right, to relative position 1. If I looked at it from an absolute modal position, it would be going from absolute modal number 6, which would be the relative position to the major scale. That's how I named the absolute modes, which would be the Aeolian, to absolute mode number 7, the Locrian. But if I went from the B to the A, then remember, we always think of it going forward. I'm not going to think of it as a distance of 2 steps back, but the inverse distance of 12 minus 2, or 10. So it's a 10 note away from the perspective of the Locrian. We'd be going from relative position 1 to relative position 7. From the perspective of the modes, it would be absolute modal position number 7, Locrian, to absolute modal position number 6, Aeolian. Has a 10 note away minor 7. Whew, let's go above it. We're going to go to this A. Now, where does the A live, by the way? It's not in the house. It's not in the major's house because it's the main minor. It does its own thing. It's out rocking on its own, and it hangs out in the 2 note per string meat of the hamburger with the Mixolydian mode here, and then it also hangs with the double stop on with the Phrygian. Is that right? With the Phrygian? Let me see. No, it's with the Dorian. With the Dorian. I think that's right. All right. Anyway, let's count it out. So we're going to go above it to that A. So we're looking for a 10 note away minor 7. So we have to look for the inverse distance to go above it. So I'm going to say 12 minus 10 is a distance of 2. So it's going to be negative 5, 4, 3, 2. So from this B, we're going to say it's going to be negative 5, 4, 3, 2. So if I went from the perspective of the A to the B, then that would be a 2 note away major second, which would be like going from the 7 of the Locrian back to, or around the horn to the 1 of the Locrian, or absolute mode number 6 Aeolian to absolute mode number 7 Locrian. If I go from the B, however, perspective of the B to the A, that would be a distance of a 10 note away minor 7, which would be like from the perspective of the Locrian going from the 1st to the 7, or from the perspective of the modal perspective, it would be like going from the absolute mode number 7, the Locrian note, to absolute mode number 6, the Aeolian note in our shapes. Okay, so let's go up to the next one. So that means that if I go up 1 string, then the 10 note away minor 7 will be 1, 2, 3 frets forward unless I cross the fault line, which would happen if I was starting on the B string. So if I was on this A starting on on the B string, if I was on this B and I went up to here, so then I'd cross the fault line. So here's my tonic. If I cross the fault line, this tectonic plate shifted to the left, making it a smaller distance. So the general rule, if I go up 1 string, the 10 note away minor 7 will be 3 frets forward unless I cross the fault line, which would only happen on the B string, in which case if I go up 1 string and cross the fault line, the 10 note away minor 7 will be only 2 frets forward. The 7, by the way, is the one that's not part of the triad, but still an odd number that we can easily add to our chord construction. We don't have to name it differently because it's an odd number. All right, let's go to the next one up. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back. So we're going to say now I'm looking for the 10 note away minor 7. Has an inverse distance of 12 minus 10 because I'm going above it. It's going to be 5, and then this tectonic plate shifted to the left, so I have to go 10 diagonal, 10, 11, 12, 12 octave, and so you can go 12 or 0, and then -1, 2. So let's count it out from here. So it's going to go 5, this shift this way, -10, -10, 11, 12, or 0, 1, 2. So from here to here, so from this A way out here, which is tough to reach. All right. I'm not getting it. This A, that's right. So that would be, a 2-note away, if I got that right, a 2-note away, which would be a major second. Okay, and then from the perspective of this B to this A, that would be a 10-note away minor 7, and we could see once again the A is living over here in what I would call the 2-note per string hamburger shape. It's underneath the house, right? It's underneath the Phrygian of the house and living in the basement. All right. Okay, so then we're going to go up again to here. Well, that means, let me do this. If I go up 2 strings, then the 10-note away minor 7. If I go up 2 strings and cross the fault line, the 10-note away minor 7 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets back, but I wouldn't cross the fault line if I started on the G or the D string. So for example, if I started on this B, then it would go up to here. So notice that from the perspective of my root, if I cross the fault line, which shifts to the left, it makes a longer distance. So normally, if I go up 2 strings, the 10-note away minor 7 will be 1, 2, 3, 4 frets back, unless I cross the fault line, in which case if I go up 2 strings and cross the fault line, the 10-note away minor 7 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm wearing down. I'm not wearing down. I could do this all day long. Okay, so let's go. Unfortunately, it's nighttime. Okay, whatever. You know what I mean? I could do it during the night too. So let's go. We're looking for a 10-note away minor 7. So we're looking for a distance of an inverse distance. 12 minus 10 is 2. So we got 5 going this way. Tectonic plate shifted this way. So we're going 10 diagonal. 15. 15 minus 12 is going to be -3, and then 2. Let's count it out this way. So we're going to say 5 shifted this way, 10, 15, 15 minus 12 is -3, -3, 2. So from here to here, so if I went from top to bottom, A to B, that would be a 2-note away major second, which would be like going from the relative position 7 of the Locrian to relative position 1, or like going from a modal perspective, mode number 6, the Aeolian or minor scale note, first position of the minor scale, to the absolute position 7, the Locrian mode, okay, which has a 2-note away. And then if I went the other way, from the perspective of the B, that would be a 10-note away minor 7, which I can see as either going from relative position 1 to relative position 7, or from absolute mode number 7, Locrian, to absolute mode number 6, Aeolian. All right. So and we can see that the A is hanging once again in the 2-note per string hamburger shape with the Mixolydian, the bluesy scale. All right, let's go up top to the next one up. Let's go this way. So we're looking for a, I might not have done the, let's keep going. We got to finish this out. We're looking for a 10-note away minor 7. Distance of 12 minus 10 is 2. So we have 5 right above it. Tectonic plate shifts this way. So 10, 15, 15 minus 12 is going to be -3, plus another 5 is going to be a -8. And then -8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So let's count it out from here. So we're looking for a distance of 2, -5, shifting this way, so 10 this way, 10, 15, 15 minus 12, -3, plus another 5 is going to be -8, -8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So this A way out here and this B over here. Noting that this A once again is hanging with the mixolydian. So the minor is hanging with the mixolydian. So if I go from top to bottom, whoop, that's a 2-note away major second. Bottom to top is going to be a 10-note away minor 7, which would be like going from the first of the Locrian to the seventh of the Locrian, or from the absolute mode number 7 Locrian to absolute mode number 6, the Aeolian, otherwise known as the minor scale. So if I go up 4 strings, then I will always cross the fault line, and therefore the 10-note away minor 7 will always be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets forward. All right, let's go to the last one here. Now, again, I can cheat normally if I go to that one up top, and I possibly would have cheated if I went to this one, because I could have said, why don't I just go to this B and measure the distance below it, where I wouldn't have to take the inverse distance of 12 minus 10 or 2, but could just go to the distance of a 10 by saying 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I'm on the top one, I would say, well, if I'm measuring from here, why don't I just measure it on the bottom string, and then that'll match it on the top string. If I'm looking for a 10-note away minor 7, it would be 10 forward, and therefore the inverse distance would be 12 minus 10 or 2 back, which would be that A, which would be the same as this A up top, right? I mean, why don't you do that? It's so clear and logical. It was easy to explain that, right? You could explain that like in my sleep. I know it like the back of my hand. I could tell my back of my hand even when it's moving like a jackhammer. All right, so let's go up. We're going to say we have to look for the inverse distance, 10-note away or 10-note away minor 7. 12 minus 10 is 2. So we're going to go 5 right here. And then if I shift this one this way, we have to go 10 diagonal, 15. 15 minus 12 is going to be negative 3, plus another 5 is going to be negative 8. And this is the only time we'd have to add another 5 to get to 15, negative 8, no, to 11. And then you could say 11 minus my 11, and then 11. I'm getting stuck here. So if I took, it'd be 12. Let me do it again. 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 minus 12 notes would be 1. And then adding another one would be 2. Okay, I think I got that. So we're going from this A to that B on the bottom. Top to bottom from the perspective of the A would be a 2-note away major second. Bottom to top from the perspective of the B, 10-note away minor 7. Let's stop it there and try to prevent myself from saying something stupid, because I'm getting a little tired. And that's when you say stupid things. And when you say stupid things, people put it on Twitter and then ridicule you for the rest of your life. So I'm better stop it there.